So I just got done recording my thoughts on the Super Mario Party Jamboree overview trailer, and, had the microphone out and everything, and I'm like, you know what, I finally need to record my impressions of Super Mario Party Jamboree. I was able to play the demo at PAX, with the intent of creating an hands-on impressions video, and I finally got around to doing the one for Zelda, and here we go. No more putting it off. The game comes out in like 3 weeks, so let's do it. Let's talk about it. And I will admit, I wasn't really able to dig into other modes or anything. This was just like a demo. It was just the the minigame lagoon or whatever, where it's like quick mode. It's just where you play some mini games with some people. I really wasn't able to see anything special. Really, it's basically just giving my impressions on the mini games themselves, at least the ones that I played. However, I do have opinions about those because these games just have such delightful mini games, and just out of the ones that I was able to play during this pretty short demo, it was me and, 3 other people, I came away being like, man, they're really bringing it, aren't they? They always bring it. I don't know if there's any Mario Party game where, even separately from all the modes and stuff, everyone was like, the games just weren't good. As far as I know, they're always amazing in every single game, but whatever, all over again, I played this and was just like, this is good stuff. This is really good stuff. I'm like getting really excited to play a lot of these games. A lot of these games are the kind of thing I feel like you could spend quite a lot of time on, just all by itself. It was 4 of us, and they kind of split the games into 2 categories. We did a batch of games that were all about food, which, yay, love seeing that realistic Mario Party Nintendo food, always very fun. And then a batch of games that were all about strategy, which was pretty funny. You had just like some that's just like it has stuff with food in it, and then the other one is like mind games. Like the depth was like crazy. And it was also fun because since we had 4 people, we got to play some free for all, some 1v3, and some 2v2. So it was a really nice little spread. And it's funny. We had some more basic ones. There's one where cut sections of cake are just falling, and they're just falling, and you got to get out of the way and try to climb up the cake so that you don't get smashed by the cake. It's a very, very super, by the numbers Mario Party mini game. And one where one person is riding a bullet bill, and they're coming, and you gotta jump out of the way. You just don't want to get hit by the bullet bill. So a few that are really pretty basic. But then even within the food one, they still have these little streaks of genius. And there's 2 versus 2, where each team, they have a big lumberjack saw, and you have to position yourself over a giant piece of steak, and you have to try to cut the steak exactly in half. But the steaks are weird shapes, so you kind of just have to gauge, well, I think this piece probably has more than the other. So even right there, everybody in the group was just they enamored with how clever that was, because I don't know, it's that Mario Party thing where it's so elegantly simple, It's simple and elegant and yet genius. You'll play through a couple really basic ones, there was even another one where you're teaming up with someone, you all gotta hit the shapes to cut the cookies in the right shape, and you're all just trying to go fast, pretty basic stuff. And then you just have those little ones like the steak, and you're like, that's good. That's good stuff right there. Which leads me to my favorites. It was some of these strategy mini games where, again, they're so simple, and yet the people who make these mini games, I'm more interested in those people than ever. I came away from that demo just being I want to learn who these people are. I want there to be some sort of developer commentary, interview, behind the scenes kind of thing. How many people are in the team that creates these mini games? Are there some that have been here for decades, or does this team change? Is it 3 people? Is it 50 people? I don't know. I'm so curious because these designs are so genius. 2 games in particular I'd really love to point out. There's one where it's free for all, and everybody is trying to get across a gap, just a big pool of lava. They're trying to get to the other side. And you are creating a bridge for your character, and you can choose, everybody can choose what shape, like what combination of blocks, what, you know, kind of like a Tetris kind of thing, what combination of blocks they want in order to further their bridge. And like, you know, it matters what shape it is. It matters if it connects to blocks that you already have, because if they don't, then you've basically wasted your turn. But the thing is, everybody is choosing from the same shapes. And if any two people choose the same shape, nobody gets it. So like on the fly, in the span of just a few seconds, you've got to like figure out what shapes would work for you, but then like also kind of try to recognize what shapes would work for other people. And like, it's like these crazy mind games, just trying to figure out what to do. I was a little overwhelmed by it. By the end, I was just mashing the button and choosing a random one because I couldn't do it. But I could really appreciate the depth of such a thing. And it's the sort of thing I'm excited to do more when I'm, you know, playing the game on my own and I have like time to practice and wrap my head around it a little bit more, and I'm not playing a 15-minute demo at PAX surrounded by 1,000 people. But I just love the genius of it. And then even better, this is my favorite. This is my favorite game out of all these games because of how simple it is and how perfect it is. Everyone, it's a team one, 2 versus 2, and you're all just sitting around this little like rotating platform. And basically each player can decide whether or not they are going to step on the button or not step on the button. And if they do step on the button, that's going to turn the platform like a quarter turn. And so like it all just counts down, and you can get on the button or off as many times as you want. And when it reaches 0, that's it. And, you know, there's sides of the platform have coins and the other side has bombs, and there's bombs and coins in different positions. And so once again, it becomes this crazy mind game. It's the sort of mind game where, you know, I think the ability to play Mario Party online is really important, but there are some games where you really do need to be in the room together because we're all playing mind games with each other. You know, you can put your character on the button and just be like, I'm not moving. Like, just say to I promise you, I'm not going to move. And just like see what that does. Did they think that you might be lying, or, you know, you stay on it and you get off at the last second, but then they may get off at the last second and counteract what you did. And it's another one where I did not do well. I did get all cocky and like, oh, well, I'm not going to move. What are you going to do? But I still lost. I probably messed it up for my team and lost it. But again, I could recognize the genius of it. And it's one mini game out of, what is it, over 110 or whatever. And even that right there, I think that is just a really genius little bit of design and something I cannot wait to play with more. It's so simple, and they've been making Mario Party games for so long. They've created, I don't even know how many mini games by now, and they still have all these amazing ideas, these amazing little ideas. And as I am speaking, I just realized I should probably do like a ranking video. I've been trying to get more into ranking videos. When the game comes out, I should probably rank every Mario Party Jamboree minigame. That'd be fun. Tier list kind of thing. I don't know. Does that sound fun to any of you? Give me a comment or whatever if anything like that sounds cool. Ranking, tier list. I know rankings were more of a thing, and then tier lists were more of a thing. Are we going back to rankings? I don't know. Just tell me whatever you want. Just let me know. So that's it. That was my experience with Mario Party Jamboree. Again, a very small experience, not super big thing, but it was still fun. Still nice to get a taste of the game. And really, really quickly, just in case you didn't see my Echoes of Wisdom impressions, I will tell the very, very short, kind of funny story again. How at this booth, it was really weird. I've never seen this before. Usually they just demo games separately. But in this case, they were trying to get everybody to play every game. And it was Echoes of Wisdom, and then Mario Party, and then NES Championship Edition, which is weird, because that game is already out. So it's already out. And then Star Wars Hunters. And so, like, obviously, the employees were instructed to try to get everyone to play everything, and they would kind of, like, you'd finish with one, they kind of corral you to another one. I don't know if like Nintendo is really just trying to drum up interest in these other games or what, but it was funny because it was like, no one wanted to play them. Why would they want to play them? Why would anyone play these games at PAX? more power to you if you're into Star Wars Hunters or if you like NES Champion. We're there to play the games that haven't come out yet, that are like the big first-party Nintendo games. And it was kind of funny because at the end of playing Mario Party, we had already done Zelda, and I was just kind of like, they're like, all right, move on over here. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. I have to take notes. I have to write down my notes before I forget them so that I can make videos about this stuff. And it wasn't untrue. That was true. I did need to write down the stuff before I forgot, but it was a little funny, just kind of jumping out of the line and then looking back and seeing like these employees in front of this like dozen or so Star Wars Hunters kiosks, and just nobody's there because everybody else is just cutting and running after they play the other games. They're just standing there with nothing to do because no one wants to play these games. So that was kind of funny. Not funny for the employees who had to try to get people interested in playing these games and then sit around bored when they didn't. Less funny, but you know what I mean. It's a little bit of a funny thing. So that's it. Mario Party Jamboree comes out next month. And that's it. See you later.